Guten Tag alle. Heute werden wir ein paar mehr Übungen mit dem Konjunktiv II. Today we're going to do a few more example activities with the subjunctive II, the subjunctive mood in the perfect tense. And as on previous videos, I've been trying to make you aware of which helping verb to use in the subjunctive to say basically would have. So what we're going to do now is continue that, and I'm going to give you a set of verbs, and I'm going to ask you which helping verb would you use with these verbs in the perfect tense. And remember the rules for that. You're going to use werden if it's a verb that indicates motion from one place to another, clearly indicates motion. Or if it's a change in a state of being, like you're growing or dying or disappearing. Or if it happens to be the verb sein, werden, or bleiben. So we're going to start. Gesungen, that means sung, comes from the verb singen. So if we want to say I would have sung a song, we would say ich hätte ein Lied gesungen. And hätte will be our helping verb. Bezahlen or bezahlt comes from the verb bezahlen, which means to pay. So we're going to use hätte with that one too. Ich hätte das bezahlt. I would have paid that. So if you want to practice the remainder on your own, before I give you the answers, go ahead and stop the video now. However, if you just want to move forward, hier kommen die Antworten. Gebaut means built, comes from bauen, das hätte. Ich hätte ein Haus gebaut. Gesagt comes from sagen. Ich hätte das nicht gesagt. I would not have said that. Gelaufen comes from laufen. Here, if you're running, you are moving clearly from one location to another. So instead of hätte, we're going to use wären. So ich wäre schnell gelaufen. I would have run fast. Getrunken. Ich hätte ein Glas Wein getrunken. Verschwunden comes from verschwinden. So we're changing our state of being with this verb. We're going from visible to invisible. So that's going to use werden. Er wäre verschwunden. He would have disappeared. Gewohnt. Ich hätte da nicht gewohnt. I would not have lived there. And there seems to be a lot of confusion with Americans with the verb wohnen und leben. Wohnen, think of that as living in a place, whereas leben is more to be alive. Studiert, studied. Ich hätte Deutsch studiert. I would have studied German. Gemacht, and another verb for this that basically means the same thing is getan. Gemacht comes from machen, so ich hätte das nicht gemacht. I would not have done that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some German to English translations. So here I've written some sentences using the subjunctive mood in the perfect tense, and I'm asking you what they mean in English. So for example, ich wäre mit dir gegangen. In English, we would translate this as I would have gone with you. Remember, wäre and hätte can be translated into two words in English. So even though it's one word in German, wäre, to translate it, we would put it into would have, okay? Because we're, remember, this is a subjunctive mood, so it's about something that, is conjecture. It's not for sure. So, ich wäre mit dir gegangen. I would have gone with you. So if you want to try the rest here on your own, you can try that for a moment. Otherwise, ich gebe euch die Antworten. Was hättest du gesagt? So I would translate this as, what would you have said? And if you really wanted to be literal, it'd be, what would have you said? Sometimes it's helpful for Americans and English speakers to hear that so you can line up the words. We split it. We put the subject in the middle here when it's a question. We say, what would, and then the subject you have said. In German, that's not because it's only one word. Du wärst müde geworden means you would have become tired. Okay? And then Nummer 4, ich hätte das nie gehört. Nie means never, so I would have never heard that. Okay, das war's für heute. Vielen Dank.